Hey guys, this is Heather. I wanted to talk about the 80-20 rule today. It's something that's been on my mind for a while because I see a lot of health coaches, advocates talking about the 80-20 rule in terms of their diet, that they focus on making sure they eat healthfully, eat nutrient-dense stuff 80% of the time, and then leave 20% for indulgence or just enjoying things like chocolate or wine or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great philosophy. I probably do something similar myself. I don't really think too much about the exact percentage breakdown, but something in that range. But the reason I keep thinking about it, not to nitpick, but that's not actually what the 80-20 rule originally means. What it was used for originally was in business, and it was talking about how you can focus on 20% of your effort that generates 80% of your results, so that you can throw away the 80% of the work that you're doing that doesn't really get you any results. It's a pretty powerful concept because it's about focusing on your strengths and focusing on where you're succeeding and not focusing on improving your weaknesses. So I've been thinking about this over the last while because I see it so often in nutrition. And I'm thinking, okay, can the real 80-20 rule apply to nutrition? And on first glance, from a perspective of a holistic nutritionist, I'm thinking, well, not really, because you do have to bring your whole self to the table, pun intended, to create wellness. You have to think about the foods that you're eating, the foods that you're not eating, your activity and your exercise, your stress level, your sleep, quality and quantity, your attitude and your mindset. And on a very basic level, does what I eat and how I live make me happy? Because that's the big picture. So on the surface level, that's really not a 20% kind of approach. That's not about minimizing the effort and maximizing the results that we think about in business. But if I think about that a little more, then I think about what I like to focus on with clients and members, which is trying to find those things in your life that are doable, that seem like baby steps, but that can have a huge impact in your life. So that sounds kind of like 80-20 in that sense, right? We're looking at the small things we can do that can have a big impact. So things like drinking enough water during the day. If you're dehydrated, your colon is not going to work properly. Your immune system is not going to be working properly. Our bodies are made up 60% of water. So making sure that you drink more water during the day is probably a small habit to start thinking about, but it can have a huge impact on your health levels, even to the extent of, not eating when we're actually thirsty. A lot of people mistake hunger for thirst, or is that the other way around? They think that they are hungry when they're actually thirsty. So drinking enough water, small step, big result. And we can look at specific foods. So in my meal plan programs and my online nutrition workshops, I look a lot at how we can incorporate those super nutrient-dense foods in order to have a big impact. Parsley is one of my favorites to look at because it's this tiny little herb that we usually think of as a garnish, but you can chop it up, put it on top of anything, or you can cook it into food, and it'll have a huge amount of nutrients, vitamins, antioxidants, minerals, all of that. It has a vitamin A, it has vitamin C in really big quantities considering how many calories it is. Vitamin K in just a quarter cup of parsley, there is 273% of your daily recommended intake for vitamin K. And vitamin K doesn't get talked about a lot because it is a very small nutrient. We usually get enough, but not always. And vitamin K is responsible for proper blood clotting and for bone mineralization, among its other roles. So if you get just a quarter cup of parsley in your day, you are knocking it out of the park in terms of vitamin K. Parsley is also a great source of iron for vegetarians and vegans, And because it comes along with vitamin C, which helps your body absorb iron, then you're going to absorb a lot of that iron that is in parsley. Antioxidants, there are some specific ones in parsley that help combat specifically cancers in the lungs, and it helps offset the carcinogens from cigarette smoke and charcoal grill smoke. So parsley is this amazing package that we often overlook as a garnish, but if we bring it into our lives, so take some parsley, chop it up in your food processor, add some lemon juice, some olive oil, put it on top of your chili, and you've got this nutritional powerhouse in your meal. Another example I often use are flax seeds. And in my meal plans, I put them in every single day. Just 1 tablespoon every day can help balance your omega-3 ratio with omega-6, can help boost up the omega-3 side, which most of us desperately need. And it also has special fiber. Fiber in general is really helpful for your body in terms of digestion, in terms of cardiovascular health, in terms of all kinds of other health implications, because digesting things properly means that you absorb the nutrients properly. And flax seeds have a particular type of fiber called lignans, which are really powerful antioxidants and have been found to have a really close link with improving inflammation and cholesterol in your cardiovascular system. So 1 tablespoon per day of flax seeds can have this huge impact. So all of my meal plan members will know that I put this in every single morning. You can either just throw it on top of your morning cereal, you could mix it into your porridge, you could throw it into a smoothie, you could bake it into some breakfast muffins or cookies, and there you go, you're set. You've got this amazing nutrient-dense start to your day. Again, small step, even a small amount of flax seeds, huge impact. And we can look at other aspects of your life as well. So exercise. If you do just 5 minutes of exercise in the morning, that can have a really big impact. It can kickstart your adrenal glands, get them into action for your day, starts your metabolism working so that you properly digest the food that you're going to eat that day. It can put you in a better mood because exercise creates endorphins in your brain that boost your mood. If you start your day in a good mood, you're more likely to carry that good mood through the rest of your day. I know I feel a lot better when I do some kind of exercise or activity in the morning. And if you can't do anything more, try just doing 5 minutes and see what kind of impact that can have on your life. I have a video from a while back with a routine that you can do. It takes 5 minutes and it's a mixture of stretching and strengthening moves. Or you can just, do some skipping or some jumping jacks or whatever exercise you feel doable. Hula hoop, cartwheel, anything that's fun to you that makes it seem like a small step, and it'll have a huge impact, particularly because those small steps are ones that we're more likely to keep doing day after day. And it's the consistency that creates the compounding effect of those small actions. One that I'm working on is in the middle of a busy afternoon. Take just, 3 minutes, whatever you want to say, 1 minute, and just breathe. Breathe deeply and exhale. You might notice even in the middle of this video, my voice gets calmer, talking a little slower. I get really excited when I get in front of camera and I'm talking about these things that I'm really passionate about and my voice gets, a little frantic. But if I breathe, calms me, centers me. If I'm feeling really on track with this, I might do some meditation in the middle of the afternoon. I find that really helpful. This is one that I am definitely working on, is in progress. I am not quite there yet, but that's okay. If we keep these small actions front of mind, and we keep trying them, then hopefully they have some impact over time. And we don't have to worry about doing them every single day. So the real beauty the real impact, the real revelation from that 80-20 rule was that we can throw out 80% of the work that we're doing that's just spinning wheels, that's not having any real effect. So then we can focus our energy and our attention and our time on those things that can generate the 80% result from the 20% effort. So again, this might not seem on the surface to have any direct correlation to nutrition. But when I think about it more, what about the stress that we put on ourselves to be perfect? That's actually working against our health. Counting calories, counting fat grams, doing exercise to work off the donuts. Is that really creating a healthy mind, a healthy body? I don't know, but what if we can declutter our mindset from those things that don't serve us so that we can focus our intention and our energy and our time on actually enjoying life, enjoying our food, enjoying the activities that we're doing that, yes, fuel our bodies. But if we can choose to enjoy it, that's where the real power comes from. And if we can leave off those things that really aren't serving us, it becomes effortless. So in my life, I don't have to try too hard to eat healthfully, to eat vegan. It's just what I do. Now, I come from a place of having been through school to become a registered holistic nutritionist, so there is knowledge working in the background of my mind. And I know that that is an advantage over a lot of other people. But that's why I try to share this information with you. That's why I create meal plan programs and cleanse programs that show you where I have done all the work, all the numbers, because that stuff is not really helpful to focus on too hard. The counting, the balancing. So I do all of that behind the scenes. I figure out the portions, I figure out the nutritional balance, I figure out the grocery list. So all you have to do is do. All you have to do is enjoy the foods, the meals, the flavors, and hopefully frees you up to enjoy it rather than stressing about it, rather than stressing about, oh my God, how am I going to make sure that I get enough iron today? How am I going to make sure that I get enough protein? How am I going to make sure that if I eat this meal today that I use up my broccoli before it goes bad? Those are the kinds of things that I try to think through so that you can go through it as effortlessly as possible. Now, there's always going to be struggle. We always have problems in our lives. But I find for myself that if I can come from a place of inspiration rather than obligation, it makes that choice so much easier. So that's my take on the 80-20 rule. If we can focus on the small steps that have a big impact, it frees up our energy to enjoy life. So thanks for spending some time with me today, exploring that train of thought. If you want to spend some more time with me, if you want to check out the programs that I offer, I'll put some links down below. I actually, my second career at the moment is on hold a little bit because of some factors beyond my control. But the net of that story is that I have some time at the moment that I want to dedicate to you, to spending some time with you, working one-on-one. I do online nutrition consultations and coaching. So if you want to spend some more time one-on-one, I have spots left for 4 people. So if you want to be one of those people, check out the link down below. You can read more info about how I work, and we could set up a time to talk, a little initial call, figure out a strategy, figure out if we're a good fit, and go from there. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up if you like my take on the 80-20 rule, or you like this discussion in general. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or comments to add to this discussion. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. I post vegan recipes, nutrition tips, and inspiration. So that means I will talk to you again soon. In the meantime, find some small action that you can do in your life to make a huge impact. And I'd love to hear about it if you want to leave a comment down below. All right? All the best. Bye, guys.